Okay, folks, this is the Gamer Nerd, and welcome to my commentary track on Let's Play Crash Bandicoot. I'm also in the progress of doing a Spyro Let's Play, but I wanted to get this commentary track out of the way first, for the Crash Bandicoot one. I may do the other levels of Crash Bandicoot, if time permits. Anyhow, I chose the VCR effect because it looked pretty cool in my eyes, and I thought it would showcase well how old the game was and how it would look if it were running on old hardware such as a PS1 and you had a standard definition television. And with the private licensing agreement, Spyro the Ignited Trilogy had the same licensing agreement, which I had to agree to. Now with Spyro, I had to scroll all the way down through the licensing agreement just to get to the part where I could agree to it. Why not do what Crash did and just have an accept or decline feature? Anyway, by pressing R2 you get to a Spyro trailer, and you'd expect there to be a Spyro Reignited demo, don't you? But you don't get that. You get a movie of Spyro Reignited. I mean, seriously? Movies are great and all, but why not have an interactive demo on the disc? I mean, that's not too much to ask, is it? To have a Spyro Reignited demo that you could play a few levels from each of the main 3 Spyro games. That would have been pretty fun. Anyway, let's get started with Crash Bandicoot. Oh, and by the way, nice loading screen. And here's the very first cutscene. Spoiler alert! Crash gets rejected by the machine and he escapes out the window. And I forgot to turn off the mic here so as not to accidentally record my reactions to the cutscene. But it would have still been cool even if I had turned the mic off, to allow others to react their own way according to what cutscene was playing. So, what the heck is happening to this poor Bandicoot? Oh my. See what I told you? He escapes out the window. Remember Crash's girlfriend, Tawna? They bring her here to never show her again. After this game, Tawna never appears again for some reason. Ever. Okay. And here's where I describe a bit of the tutorial level, and it's pretty good. In Sanity Beach, you jump on crates to get apples, or Wumpa fruit actually. And this is what I didn't like about the tutorial level. It showed the controls for you. It felt like I was being directly taught the controls for some reason. Why not teach without directly teaching? I mean, isn't that should be easy enough to do? Like, show them show them like a little hole in the area, and have them think, okay, I gotta jump over this hole. Then they press the X button, and then Spyro should jump over. Then Spyro, or Crash, sorry, should jump over the hole. I always get Crash and Spyro mixed up. I gotta remember, one's a Bandicoot and the other's a dragon, so. I gotta see how that turns out. Anyway. This is actually pretty good by my standards when I got the Wumpa Fruit and got some extra lives in the process. On the second run through, I had to speed up the footage to the point where I was going to get all the crates. Either that or I put too much emphasis on speeding up the footage and should just jump cut to the point where I was getting all the crates. Would that have made more sense? Anyhow. The first two actually grant you extra hits. If you get the Tiki Mask, the Aku Mask, as they're called in the game, if you get up, the first two give you an extra hit, but the third gives you an invincibility for a few seconds. And it's actually pretty helpful too to bash away past enemies with the invincibility you power up. And somewhere along the line, I think I got a trophy somewhere, but I wasn't sure how I got it. Maybe in the next video Crash that I do, I'll show off the trophy that I got at the beginning and describe it a little bit before going on to the actual game. And maybe then I'll leave the VCR effect out of the equation. And this is where I stopped the video to explain my error that I made. That no matter which path you take, you'll always miss some crates. Well, the reason for that is there's a crate that you have to hit in order to switch on the wooden crates. And if you don't hit that switch well, you're gonna miss some crates, obviously. Otherwise, you'll end up. But I will admit, I rambled on and on about that for quite a while. So, now that we got all that cleared up, in hindsight, I really should have corrected that mistake through subtitles, which would have helped. Anyway, at least that's what I heard. Yeah. I'm back with Crash. I think I may have missed some crates. I added the play and stop stickers so that it would feel like you were playing this game through a VCR. Sort of makes it feel like a VCR of some sort. Now if I had a PlayStation camera of some sort, I'd be able to use the record sticker, which would make more sense to have it for live action and such. Oh, and I just fell. What the heck? And it takes me about a couple of tries to get all the crates. And then I go to the pause screen to check the options. And when you go to options, there are no other options other than the sound options. Why don't they just call it sound option? How about that? What the heck? And this is where I start fast forwarding through the thing. And that little crate icon up there that you saw at the bottom right corner of your screen, that was your saving icon in the PlayStation 4 version of this game. I will eventually do Crash 2 and Crash 3 once I complete Crash 1. And yes, that includes the bonus level, buddy. Wait, what am I doing? 37 out of 49. What the heck? Okay. I missed 12 crates. Obviously, I should have been paying more attention. On the second try, however... Whoa. I like how the building came up. But I'm going to wait until I complete all the main levels before I attempt Stormy Ascent. Because Stormy Ascent, according to Brandon, and I'm talking about Brandon Hinkle, not Brandon Davis, is incredibly hard. It is so hard, in fact, that it would have been impossible to complete. Anyway, let's see my rerun through the level. Okay. And after I explain the stopwatch icon, I eventually speed up to through the footage up to the point where I get the show me getting the last Wumpa crate. And this is where the speed up of footage begins. Because honestly, who wants to see me running through the same obstacles a second time? I wouldn't, personally. Heck, I wouldn't even want me to have to run through the same obstacles again 4 times in a row. Okay. I got hit by the platform. It's a good thing that the remake of this keeps the crate score that you got while you were at the checkpoint. When you hit the checkpoint. In the original game, you had to get all the crates without dying once, which was difficult, if not impossible for some players. I think at the bonus level, the game returns to the original rule set of having to get the crates without dying once, otherwise your crate score resets to 0, unless I'm mistaken.
Forgot I had to turn the switch on or something.
Anyway, here's Crash. About to get the last few crates. And this should be interesting. And here we go. I had to use the D-pad for this part for precise movement.
Okay.
Normally I would use the analog stick for Crash's movement, but that point I needed to use the D-pad, so
yes!
With that said, I had finally gotten the gem for getting all the crates in the level. I think if you complete the time trial, you get the key, though I could be mistaken. Up next is Jungle Rollers, but we'll get to that in a later playthrough, so thank you for listening to the commentary of how I made this episode. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Gamer Nerd, and I will see you next time.
With that,
peace out.
My work is done for now, so this is going to be a SHAREfactory, and hopefully this can be a good Let's Play to start off with. This is the Gamer Nerd, signing out.